all of this is actually arising in your own mind. This is pretty important to understand for self-realization. All of this means everything occurring, everything you experience, everything sensed, everything thought, everything objective is actually arising to someone. Who is that someone? Now, if you consider yourself a human being, it's very difficult to understand this from that position. Of being somebody embodied in a so-called environment or a world. Call it force of habit, misidentification. It's not the whole of who you are. This teaching starts from the position of assuming you're not a body-mind, assuming the body is not what you are, and investigating deeply what you really are. Nobody can do it but you. And you can't even do it. It's just the case. But in terms of practice, a deep, thorough, persistent investigation into the nature of your own existence is what this teaching is all about. And pivotal to that is somehow breaking that assumption that you are a body. By hook or crook, by any means possible, shake up your ideas of who you think you are and be creative with your own practice. Don't let yourself linger in misidentification. Ever. Because it's suffering and it's not true. So, and pivotal to that is understanding that all this is arising within you. If it's arising at all, it is not outside of you, it is in you. What seems like everything outside is actually within your own mind. Or call it whatever. We're calling it mind here. And we have to use words. So get to the deep meaning of those words. I like to stick with Ramana Maharshi's teaching because it's simple, it's direct, it's uncomplicated, it doesn't mince words, and it goes straight to the heart of the one self, yourself. Now, as far as I could tell, one of the most clear and direct ways to understand that all this is arising within you and feel that as truth is to go beyond just the waking state experience as your reality. That's a minute part of your experience. Don't take it to be the sole basis. Certainly don't take it as true. You have to inspect your other states of mind. We call these states of mind the waking state. It's just one part of your experience. Get into this dream state. You have to look at it in order to understand how everything's arising within you. It's quite easy to see if you practice at night, okay? You have just as rich and a full an experience in your dream life and just as real as this apparent waking state. You've got to find out and experience your dreams. Be kind of aware when you dream. See how you've taken it to be real. Things are extremely tactile in dreams. It's exactly correlated to this waking state, how real it is. It's just as real to you as a dream character when you're in it. You can touch. You can talk, you can walk, you can feel. Things are visual, things are auditory. Where are the ears that are hearing that? Where are the eyes that are seeing that dream state? Is it a dream character's eyes? Are little dream character ears the thing that's hearing in your dream? I mean, come on. You just got to inspect this thing. It's like, while you're in it, you're totally assuming it's real, and you wake up and you totally forget about it. But I'm asking you to inspect it. Inspect your experience. Don't just forget about that dream state. You took it so real a second ago and then hop into totally assuming the waking state. Both states are arising within something or someone. That's what we want to find out. Who is that something or someone that all these states, all this happening, every single thing that has ever occurred, who is it happening to, okay? There's something that's aware of all of it. But so to get from being like a, thinking you're a fleshy human creature, to knowing that all this is arising within you, inspect your dream state. Inspect the transition between dreaming and waking. Something is aware of both that's not a creature in either one of them. You can easily see how your whole dream was simply a state of mind when you wake up. Nobody gives that a second thought. It's like, yeah, that's unreal. That's exactly how the waking state is. It's simply unreal, just like the dream state. But you're not going to get it as long as you're assuming the waking state to be your reality. You see what I'm saying? And there's also another state we call deep dreamless sleep, where nothing is going on. Not a single visual, auditory, tactile thing is going on, and you don't have a self. And you don't have a separate self in deep dreamless sleep. And yet everybody loves it. We love that formless place where nothing is going on. This is the best instruction in your own life. Examine your own experience for yourself. What's going on? Are you there in deep dreamless sleep? You. Well, maybe you say, I never am there. Well, that's a really good hint to yourself that this one that's saying, I am, perhaps is not the truth of yourself. Maybe your I am is not as defined as you think it is, okay? You exist in deep dreamless sleep without an identity, without a form. You have to admit your existence. It's important to examine your own experience in all three states. They call deep dreamless sleep the causal state. Why? They say that there's a seed of cause which somebody arises out of, and all this appears. Once there's a somebody, there's an all this. Everyone has experienced deep dreamless sleep many, many times, but that alone does not constitute self-realization. Yet, that deep dreamless sleep is so informative to who you are. Whether you can notice it in deep dreamless sleep or deepest meditation, experience yourself without form. And take note of what arises out of formless. Who or what actually takes a form, if any, from formlessness? Nobody's doing it to you. If someone arises, you should take note. It's only yourself in a different guise. Try experiencing this waking dream as if you were deaf, dumb, and blind. Try going into the heart of this apparent arising and feeling the being that you are, the being, not a noun, not a verb, just existence. Now, it's utterly joyful and blissful to know that all this is arising not only to you, but as you. It is you. This is bliss. But you can even go deeper than that, because is it even arising at all? Is anything arising in the one formless self? What could arise, and to whom? Question it just like that. Or yourself. Take it deep and use your own experience of deep dreamless sleep, dreaming states, where you take on all kinds of bodies, forms, identities, experience all kinds of worlds, hellish and angelic, whatever it is for you. Who is it arising to? And step out of being a minuscule creature in some kind of a world. You're so much vaster. You cannot be defined. So if you understand all this as mind, not particularly the human being creature's brain mind, this is not what we're talking about. Mind in a much vaster sense. And when I say your mind, I don't mean Bob's mind or Carol's mind. It couldn't be so. All this is not arising to one particular human being. The whole point is that you're not a human being. But the way to know that is to go into your own existence and your own sense of self. This is from Master Nomi. Within your own mind is contained all the differentiation. It does not exist external to the mind. What we think of as external is actually inside the mind. In his short, profound book entitled Who Am I?, the Maharshi says that if a steady and continuous investigation into the mind is made, the mind turns out to be I. Ponder this for yourself. Investigate your own mind. It turns out to be I, which is none other than the real self. Capital S. The whole key to self-realization is I. Here, he has summed up in one sentence the whole method of inquiry. In terse aphoristic form, the whole truth can be revealed by him. It can be revealed just in silence. If the mind's nature is examined, it turns out to be the I. If the I is looked into, it turns out to be the self. This is the vanishing of illusion and duality. Pretty simple. Profound. Yet simple. And once you know where to look, it's fast. It's joyful. And you'll never be the same. So I'd like to play, it's a CD read by Nomi, and it's speaking in terms of I, but not the little I. It's speaking in terms of the self. He says I. Now, but if you think of it like Nomi's just thinking that for himself, this is misunderstanding the whole point. Like all these profound teachings that say, I am God, I am divine, who's the I? So when you study these teachings, just try on for size your own I as being the pure divine self. And even if that doesn't make sense to you as an egoic human being, just let that go. And let yourself just try on for size what it is to have all this arising within you, and you are the only one that has ever existed. Not you, the ego, but the true meaning of I for yourself is the divine self of all. So let go of any thoughts you have as you listen to the tape, and just let that I, the real self, emerge. So it said the only responsibility of sages is to just abide as the self. That's it. Doesn't matter what the life looks like. There is nothing going on. I'll simply abide as the self.